Hey, what's going on guys? Jimmy here with One Road again. Today I have something a little bit special for you. I'm going to be showing you my use of MotorKote. MotorKote is what you would consider a hyper lubricant or a friction fighter, friction reducer, friction modifier, however you want to put it. Right away, I'm gonna plug another channel. The channel is called Project Farm. That guy is awesome because he tests manufacturers' claims of their lubricants and other additives. One thing that really caught my eye was this MotorKote. When he does lubricity tests on most motor oils and most additives, none of them really hold up to exactly what they're saying. There are a few exceptions, however. The one that I've seen on Project Farm's channel is this MotorKote. I've also seen other channels that have tested a product called Bestline. MotorKote and Bestline seem to do somewhat of the same thing, and it is pretty incredible when you see the results on a lubricity test. I'll put a link down in the description below to the video that I'm talking about. I have been using this stuff on a few of my vehicles for a while now, with good results. I not only put it in the motor oil, but I also put it in the transmission fluid and the power steering fluid. There are a variety of other uses, like for example in your lawnmowers, your weed whackers, your blowers, and all that kind of stuff. Anywhere where you have moving mechanical parts that need to be lubricated and reduced friction would probably be a good spot for this. Okay, so when looking at the back of the bottle, you can see it reads, in the oil crankcase, for passenger vehicles, you want 2 ounces per quart of oil, or heavy-duty turbo vehicles, you want 3 ounces per quart. In the transmission, differential, transfer case, and power steering, you're going to want to use 1 ounce per quart, regardless of whether it's passenger vehicle or heavy-duty. In my case today, I'm going to be putting it in a 2005 GMC Envoy with the 4.2 liter Vortec motor, which is an inline 6-cylinder motor. This motor takes 7 quarts of oil. So 7 times 2 ounces is 14, but I'm gonna go ahead and put 16 in. I have this handy little measuring cup that measures out 4 ounces, so I'm just gonna do 4 of these, and while using a funnel, I'll pour it directly where I would pour the motor oil. You do have to give this a shake, so go ahead and do that. Then you go ahead and measure out how much product you wanna use. In this case, I'm gonna be doing, like I said, 4 cups of these 4 ounces. Down the hatch. I now have 16 ounces of MotorKote in with the 7 quarts of oil in the crankcase of this motor. The one other thing I'm gonna do right now is also add MotorKote to my transmission. To do that, I'm just gonna remove the transmission dipstick and pour the MotorKote directly into that dipstick. From the research I've done, this motor has a 4L60E transmission. It looks like it takes about 5 quarts of transmission fluid when you drop the filter and do a change. I'm gonna go ahead and add 5 ounces because MotorKote calls for 1 ounce per quart. From the research I've done, the tranny holds 12 quarts in total, but when you just drop the pan and do a filter change, it's 5 quarts. So I think anywhere between 5 and 12 ounces of MotorKote into the transmission fluid should be okay, but don't take my word for it. Oh, what the heck, man. While I was at it, I went ahead and sucked out 2 ounces of my power steering fluid, and I added back in 2 ounces of the MotorKote. So at this point, I have it in my crankcase in the oil, I have it in my transmission fluid, and I also have it in my power steering fluid. The only thing left to do is to start this thing up and hope that it runs right. Okay, well here goes nothing. Sounds good to me. Wow, guys, I can tell you something right now. I just took this thing out on a test drive, basically went up and down the mountains, tried to get it to shift through all the gears, probably about a 15-20 minute drive. I can tell that this thing is idling incredibly smooth. It already idled really smooth before, but there is a noticeable difference in how smooth it's idling. The steering wheel, there's no vibration whatsoever when it's just sitting here. I can tell that the motor is just purring very, very smooth. Smoother than it already was before. And that's saying something, being that this car only has 26,000 miles on it. I don't know, this is just my experience, guys. Don't do what I say, I'm not a professional. I'm just showing you what I'm doing to keep my vehicles running for a long, long time to come. Again, check out those videos. I'll put links down in the description below, not only for this MotorKote product on Amazon, but also the video of Project Farm where he talks about the MotorKote stuff too. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I'm Jimmy with One Road, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.